Hi, I'm Marsh from StrataGames. Last year I made a video playing Mind Extraction with a bunch of hybrid creatures with the goal of sacrificing a creature that was all of the colors of our opponent so that they would lose every single card in their hand. We're doing something similar today because of the new Wild Vine Pummeler. This is a 6/5 reach trample for 7, but it costs 1 less for each color among permanents you control, so if you have a 5-colored creature, this can cost just 2 mana. How do we get a 5-colored creature? We're going to quick change. 2 mana to make target creature become all of the colors of your choice until end of turn, and draw a card. So on turn 4, we can cast this on any of our creatures, make it all 5 colors, and then cast a Wild Vine Pummeler. That's the base level of what we're trying to go for. But we're also playing Goblin Electromancer as a way to make the quick change cheaper so that we can play the Pummeler on turn 3. We're also playing Mind Extraction because if we quick change and then extract, we can steal all colored cards from our opponent's hand. With the Electromancer, we can also quick change and Mind Extract on turn 3, which can be extremely strong. Snap is a nice card that can bounce a creature back to its opponent's hand before we extract it, so it's basically a removal spell, not to mention it can untap our mana to filter a little bit, or with the Electromancer, it can even ramp us. Manamorphose similarly can filter or ramp with an Electromancer while drawing us a card. Then we're playing Wild Canter and Manaforge Cinder as 1-drops. These are hybrid creatures, so just by themselves, in a fail case scenario where we don't find a quick change, these having multiple colors can help reduce the cost of the Pummeler. And these are the main ways that we have to get black mana, between the Cinder, Wild Canter, and Manamorphose. We're mostly playing a Teamer deck, but we need to find black mana for the Mind Extraction, and these are the 12 ways to do that. Other than our 1 of Contaminated Aquifer, which we can pull out with our Lorwyn Revealed. Lorwyns also can pull out a basic island or red or green duels. We have Bountiful Landscapes to get our Teamer basics. Finally, we have just a Naya Hushblade. This doesn't fit into the deck quite as nicely, but it is a 3-color creature that can make it so that our Wild Vine Pummeler costs at most 4 mana, and this becomes a 3/2 Shroud, which can maybe get in for a little bit of damage. We also are playing a couple Rush of Knowledge to refill our hand after we get a Pummeler down, but Pummeler is the only creature in the deck that costs more than 2 mana, so Rush of Knowledge is really bad unless we get one of them out there. In our sideboard, we have 4 Blue Blast, 3 Dispel, 4 Red Elemental Blast, and 4 Weather the Storm. Pretty generic stuff because I'm not exactly sure what we're going to need in the sideboard for now, since we're just testing this out. So let's take this for a league and see how we do. All right, here we have green and blue mana, snaps, and that's it. So we have no way to cast any of the spells in our hand except for snap. We do have Mind Extraction and 4 colors of mana, 4 colors. Like, so if we got red, if we can find a red source, we can play the Cinder, and then the Hushblade, and then the Extraction on any color except for blue. I don't think it's good enough, but it's kind of close, I guess. Double Extraction. Lorwyn here can find black. We have a Pummeler. We're going to keep this one, get rid of 1 Extraction. It's not amazing, but just having a Cinder means the Pummeler could cost 5, which is not very good. Or if we do find ourselves against a black or red opponent, like if we're against Burn, we can just Mind Extract them with Manaforge Cinder, which could be good. Colony Garden, so we're probably against Gardens, which is primarily black. Of course, they play a lot of artifacts, so is just a Mind Extraction going to win us the game? Probably not on its own. That said, I think there's no reason not to just play this out and pass. This can make black mana, so I don't need to fetch up black with the Lorwyn right now. Survivor's Encampment. Okay, that actually changes things. Looks like they're probably Dredge in that case, which makes them a lot less black and more green. So probably not going to be extracting this turn. Town Greeter. Honestly, though, this is a match where if we got a pretty fast Pummeler, we could do okay. They milled 3 Colony Gardens. That's pretty funny. We already saw 1. So we already have black mana. I don't need to fetch a specific color with this Lorwyn. And if we get another land, I might end up wanting to, like, cast it. Let's just hold it for now, see what we get. Another Mind Extraction. Well, I don't think black and red is really where we want to be, so I will cycle this. We also put one of these on the bottom, so that's pretty annoying. Play an Aquifer and pass. Also, Dredge is probably the worst deck to try to rip away their whole hand, because what do they care? Rumble, but if we did get a green creature to extract, not our Pummeler, then I might do it. I choose Holdout Settlement and a Circle of Land Druid. If we get Quick Change right here, then I can play the Pummeler for 2. That'd be our best draw probably. Snap. Snap does not do anything, fortunately. Can Mind Extract for black and red. Pummeler still costs 5. Yeah, this type of deck probably would work better with just a whole bunch of cantrips, brainstorms, and ponders. Maybe Preordain. Feels like it's hard to fit in the cantrips, but I guess I don't probably need to play all the canters and everything. I don't know. We're just in game 1, so maybe we'll have better luck next time. They unearth the Gatekeeper, unearth the Scrapwork Mutt. They already have a giant in the graveyard. Discard off the Mutt. Yep, discard the Dread Return, Colony Garden. Alright, we are going to lose this one. We don't have much going on. We don't have any graveyard hate. So I guess we just send it back. Graveyard Hate's definitely something I forgot to put in the sideboard. This might just be a test run game before I totally change the deck. I think a bunch of cantrips might solve this problem, like 8. All right, we have Mana Forge, find red. Then I can play Mana Forge Cinder, can make red to green to get the Hushblade. And this is almost cheap-ish. I guess we'll give this a try. It's not perfect, for sure. Opponent mulligans to 5, though. That just makes our Mind Extraction worse. Play a landscape. I think it has to be for red, because red can cast these two. If I get green, I could get this one. But yeah, it's got to be red. Another Pummeler. So if we can get the Pummelers down, we might actually be okay. So I can play this, and then this can make red mana, which makes Canter playable. So these only cost 4 now. So next turn I could play a Hushblade. I have to sack the Canter for that, but that's not the end of the world. They go for a Rumble. Momentary Blink in the yard. Choose Circle of the Land Druid. Another Canter. 1, 2, 3. So I can't play a Pummeler here, but I could play a Hushblade off the Canter. Yeah, I also can't play Mind Extraction unless I want to sack the Cinder, but I'd want to get green in there. So I think I have to sack this for green, play a Naya Hushblade. These now cost 3, which means I could cast 1 next turn for 3 by sacrificing the Canter. I mean, this is not very good. If I could have played a Pummeler that turn, it would have been really strong, but we were just like a land short. Like if we'd drawn a forest there, it would have been great. Cycle of Generosent for a ridge line. Play the Circle of the Land Druid. Mill 4. Alright, give me a land, I think. I think land is the best. Well, specifically a forest, because now I still have to sack this Canter. I could Mind Extract them by sacrificing Hushblade. I think we're waiting at least a turn to do that, though. I think we need to get Pummeler down for 3 mana. I really wish this could make green mana, but we'll play this. Attack with a Hushblade. Don't think there's a reason to throw away the Cinder to the circle. This is a 6/5 with Trample. So, not unreasonable that it could go the distance a little bit here, assuming they don't just kill us in the next 2 turns or find like a Nod at the Bone. Fortunately, because we had to go through 2 Canters just to get these guys down, this Pummeler is now stranded unless I can get another green. I guess Manamorphose would be good, or just Forest. They Rumble. Dread Return, Giant. Yeah, pretty good stuff. Giant also trades with the Pummeler, which is kind of annoying. They're going to play Town Greeter. They whiff on a land there. Play a Colony Guard. Dread Return on a Giant. We're down to 10. They have another Dread Return. We get a Hushblade. Ugh. Attack with the Pummeler and they just trade because they're happy to put the Giant back in the yard. What do? I can Mind Extract them by sacking the Hushblade. I don't feel like this even does much, but sure. Let's take all the green and white cards and red cards. That was 1 Circle of the Land Druid. Alright, well, they won that one. Alright, we only played 1 match, but already I want to change some stuff. Relic of Progenitus, sideboard for sure. It's nice, specifically with Mind Extraction, and we just don't have any graveyard synergies, so why not? 3 of these. Get rid of the Dispels. Those were kind of generic anyway. Are we going to try to brainstorm cantrip into this stuff? I think so. We have 8 ways to shuffle. Preordain. I guess 8 ways to shuffle. Maybe we just ponder. I think we cut an extraction. Cut 2 rushes of knowledge, because that was kind of a whatever. Hushblades. I mean, we're trying to make us more consistent, which means maybe we don't need this, like, secondary game plan. Definitely increase our island count. Cut down on forests, although right there we were having trouble finding a forest for these. Alright, I'm sure there'll be more bumps along the road, but let's see how this goes. Alright, this hand is very interesting. We're gonna keep it. We don't have green mana and we don't have a Pummeler, but we do have 2 Electromancers with Quick Change and Snaps. Snaps can ramp us. I don't know, this is a very interesting hand. They Faithless Looting. Manamorphose. Well, we'll wait until we have an Electromancer down to use that to gain us more mana. But now if I just get the Pummeler, I could Manamorphose into green, Quick Change on here for 1, and then play Pummeler for 2. Give me a Pummeler. It'd be so good. Snap? I mean, Snap is good. We have so many snaps. We're definitely snapping this. If I Manamorphose and I don't hit a Pummeler, I'm kind of wasting it. Alright, let's snap this. And Electromancer. And we'll attack for 2. I could Morphose, and if I hit green, if I hit the Pummeler, I could still Quick Change, and if I really need Snap, but I think we just pass. It's amazing if we hit Pummeler, it's just a waste if we don't, and then if we hit Pummeler like the next turn after that, and we don't have green mana now, it's going to feel really unfortunate. So, play the Flame Breather. Assume they're going to kill one of these. No, they're just Faithless Looting. Right, Snacker comes back. It's pretty good. We do just have Goblin Electromancer beat down, I guess. Not a very good plan, but with snaps. I can keep putting the Flame Breather back in hand. Discard Gutter Snipe, Flame Breather. Okay. They are flooded with pingers. Forest. Okay, so I can now use the Manamorphose and not feel bad about it. So let's Manamorphose and go red, green. No, black. I guess black is what we want actually, because maybe I would sacrifice an Electromancer for an extraction here. So black, red, because I already have green here. I think that's what we do. They keep holding priority like they're going to do something, but unless they're about to Fire Blast an Electromancer, they should probably just pass priority. All right, yeah, we're going to go red, black. I think that gives us the best upside. Well, we had a Ponder. If I Ponder, then I don't have any blue mana, but I'm not going to have any blue mana either way. I could snap first, because I do want to snap this Flame Breather. Probably might as well. Bounce that back to hand. And I guess if I Ponder into an Mind Extraction, I can use that. I mean, Mind Extraction costs only one, so I can kind of... Oh, I still have this Forest, too. Yeah, I'm just out of blue mana, but we're going to Ponder. We find the Pummeler. Okay, but I don't have blue now. I should have made blue mana instead of this black. That's annoying, because I could have quick changed, and then, yeah. All right, let's Brainstorm, Ponder, Pummeler. Don't shuffle. Pummeler costs 5, so I can't play it now. Can't play anything now. All right. I guess I didn't know I was getting the Ponder. I mean, luckily Snap is keeping them off their Flame Breather a little bit. So next turn I could go Snap again, and then I could quick change Pummeler. Pummeler is pretty decent. It takes 2 removal spells to take down at worst. There's a Flame Breather and an Epicure. They swing with the Snacker, so that means we're going to be able to get in with the Electromancers again. Well, I know the next thing is going to be a Brainstorm, but I do want to snap this. Then we're going to quick change on this to be all colors: white, blue, black, red, and green. Then we can play a 2-mana Pummeler. Look at that. We did it. We did it, folks. Swing for 4. They could chump. They don't, so they go to 10. We play a Flame Breather. If I had this a turn earlier, we'd be in a lot better spot. Oh, this has reach. I forgot. Could have blocked, but then again, they might have just bolted it down. Probably better that I didn't. Mana Forge Cinder doesn't really do much the moment, unless I find Mind Extraction. So let's Ponder. Contaminated Aquifer, Lorwyn, Brainstorm. I think we just take the Lorwyn and shuffle. Well, we take that, and then we can shuffle with the Lorwyn for blue. Then I can play that and Brainstorm again. There's a Snap, but we don't have blue mana now. Let's put back these guys. Attack with the Pummeler for 6. They block with the Epicure. This does have Trample, but they might Fire Blast it or something. We'll play the Cinder and pass. Or they could Bolt and Lava Dart it, or they could just not have realized they had Trample. Yeah, they bolt us. Would be unfortunate if after all that we lose. We did have a decent start. The snaps helped a lot, but we definitely could lose here. If they don't kill us here, I think we can win, because we can just snap the Flame Breather, attack with everything. They Blood Token away a mountain, swing with the Snacker. That's not a good sign. Flashback Faithless Looting? No, they just float a bunch. They Fire Blast. They have another Fire Blast? Sure, why not? All right, we get Blue Blasts and we get Weathers. I guess technically Relics. Weather was just put in the sideboard just because I don't actually know if it's great here. Like, we have some Storm elements, but it doesn't actually feel like the best thing ever. Mind Extraction should be good, hopefully. Yeah, I really don't know what to cut, though. I guess these Canters, we need these guys to, like, finish the job. All right, cut a couple cantrips, I guess. We have a Ponder, a Lorwyn. We have a Mind Extraction. All right, let's keep this one. Island, Lorwyn can find red, so red can find red makes black off the Cinder, although slowly, because that means this. Yeah, it's looking to be like a turn 4, unless I can Ponder into like a mountain and an untapped land here, another untapped land. Yeah, cards are decent. We don't have any green for weather actually. I think we'll shuffle. Manamorphose is decent. Oh, now if I get a land, I guess I need a mountain or a forest. Then I could Electromancer, Manamorphose, and then I could Mind Extract for red, sacking the Electromancer. Take their whole hand. No. If I Brainstorm and I whiff, it's kind of bad. I could just play an Electromancer, and if they don't kill it, then I can Manamorphose into Extraction next turn. I'm going to go for the Brainstorm, though. All right, we hit the mountain. That's good. Put back Extraction, Morphos, and play the Electromancer. So I can definitely extract their hand next turn. Well, if they kill the Electromancer, then I can't, because I'd only have 3 mana. They plot another robbery, and they do bolt the Electromancer. Ugh. I guess I showed how good they were last game. Don't love that they're plotting a bunch of robberies, just because their hand is being depleted. Like, at best I'd be taking 4 cards now, but I'm not even doing that. Well, I guess we're gonna Brainstorm. We get a Blue Blast. Quick change. All right, Mana Forge, pass. We're not going to counter the draw 2s. We're just going to counter the Gutter Snipe here. Ugh, the Flame Breather, I guess. Yeah. If they want to counter back, so be it. I'm mostly hoping they just cast the robberies, draw a bunch of cards, and then that's it. Discard Snacker. That comes back. Grab the prize, discard a Lava Dart. They could Lava Dart this, which would mean we couldn't extract from them, but I don't know if they care, because they don't necessarily know the extraction is around yet. Still have a Hybrid Robbery in exile. Attack for 1. I think I just extract here and take all their red cards, which is hopefully, I mean, they might have a land or two, but grab the prize, Lightning Bolt, Lava Dart. I mean, not bad, not amazing. We can also snap their Snacker. I'm going to wait until their Robbery is used to do that, though. But hopefully we can just strand it in their hand is the goal. If we can find a creature and then a Pummeler, I can quick change, get the Pummeler down. You go for a Robbery, discard a Fiery Temper. Pretty sure our top card is a Mind Extraction, though. So I have to, like, Manamorphose through some of these cards first. Blood Token, a Mountain. Yeah. Let's go green, blue. Yes, blue blast. Green, blue. Tangled Islet. So there's our green permanently. Snap the Snacker, untap, and we have a blue blast. I mean, we almost got game 1. This one's definitely not going to work out, I don't think. Mind Extraction was just too delayed. Island. Forest. Just gonna quick change on this. Seems like it's not going to be super relevant. At this point, we have enough mana that if we got a... Look at that black Voldaren Epicure. We have enough mana, almost, that we can play a Pummeler for free. Not for free, for full cost. Or if we get one creature down, we can play it for like 5. So I think it made sense to just do that there. We do have a blocker in case they don't bolt it. Whoop-dee. I mean, I think we block. If they want to Lava Dart it, that's fine. Rather not take the free damage every turn. There's the dart. Lorwyn revealed. That's not a bad draw. Landscape. We're going to hold up this Ponder, though. Or not Ponder, the Blue Blast. So we're not going to Ponder. I should probably save the Landscape to shuffle off of Ponder or something. We'll go for a Ponder. Manaforge, Cinder, and another. I think we keep the Ponder, and then I just shuffle those away. Try again. Ponder. Quick change, snap. None of these do anything, so let's shuffle. We draw a Ponder. Okay, let's Ponder. I mean, I guess Weather the Storm is something. Here it gains us 12, which probably keeps us alive somewhat. And we have a Landscape, which we can... actually, let's Manamorphose first. That's more life. I don't really need it at this point. I guess it does make our black mana, but whatever. Let's Weather the Storm, and we have a Landscape, so we can even cycle that, so it doesn't take us quite as long to get through. Like, we'll draw our basic that we saw next turn, and we can cycle to get through it. We have a Blue Blast too, so like, now that we've gotten a bunch of life, we might actually be able to win this one, depending. Cycle the Landscape, play some lands. They play a Mountain. Another Lorwyn would be really nice, but a land is almost the same. They have a Grab the Prize, finally. I'm going to counter it. Hopefully they don't have a Red Blast, but we haven't seen them bring those in yet. Nice. Preventing the 2 damage recurring from the Snacker every turn is pretty big. Do I want to play an Electromancer? Yeah, I guess it's fine. If they try to kill it, I could snap it back. And if they don't have a bolt or anything to kill it, then I could just start attacking in. I could play a Pummeler for full cost even if this dies. I think that's fine. They got a Flame Breather. There's a Pummeler. We're saving the snap to save the Pummeler from death. Of course, they have 3 Lava Darts in the grave. Yeah, which is just a rough number, because if they bolt this and I let that resolve, then they dart it, then I dart it, and I try to snap it, and they dart it again. Like, Faithless Looting, we'll let that go. Brings back Snacker, Fiery Temper to the face. Epicure, Blood Token, another Fiery Temper to the face. Yeah, it's a lot of damage. Feels like we're not going to be able to compete with that. Unless I get another Pummeler here so I can attack and hold a guy back. No. So if I attack, I take 2 because I snap the Snacker. I think I have to attack, but they have 3 darts in the grave, so I'm at a virtual 9 already. So not a great spot to be. I guess I could just snap the Pummeler and replay it. Actually, it blocks Snacker. That's not a terrible idea. Sure. That's where we're at. Snap just says target creature gains vigilance until end of turn. They flashback Faithless Looting. Another Snacker comes back. Discard 2 mountains. They attack with the Snacker. They might just be willing to trade, but I also think they might just not realize this has reach, so we're going to go for... If they did realize it had reach, they should have flashed back afterwards, probably. Plot a Highway Robbery. Give me a Lorwyn into a Pummeler. Okay, quick change? Sure. This gains all colors until end of turn. Okay, this gains all colors until end of turn. Weather the Storm. Okay, I guess that wasn't terrible. I can't play the Mind Extraction because we don't have black mana, but we'll Weather for 9. I guess there might have been a turn where they'd go for the triple Lava Dart, and I could Weather in response and maybe get more life, but... I don't know. So I was at 14. They would have attacked for 4. Lava Darts would put me to 4 from 10. Then they Fire Blast. Maybe I get them there. They robbery, sack a mountain, play a gutter snipe. Well, now every lava dart from the graveyard is 4 damage, so that's 12. So I'm at 10. This puts me to 7, virtually. This puts me to 3, so any other spell kills me. Unless they fear another Weather the Storm. Another gutter snipe, why not? So now a lava dart is 6 damage apiece. They attack for 4, and they're going to start lava darting and will die. You can now pick up my comprehensive guide to Esper Cryo Affinity, including 38 sideboard matchups, and I just put out a big update for my Black Sack guide, including a slightly different deck list. I began offering coaching sessions if you're interested in taking your Pauper game to the next level, and I'm accepting deck donations, so if you desperately want me to play a deck that I usually wouldn't play, something like Elves, then you can make me do that for a small fee. I've started posting a League video every single day, not to mention streaming at least a couple times a week on Twitch, but I'm not going to be able to keep that up forever unless I can get a little bit more help from the community. Any of the ways I've just mentioned are great ways to help me out, or you can even subscribe and support me on a monthly basis. All right, we actually have a really decent opener. Electromancer, Quick Change, and Pummeler, so that could be a turn 3 with the right mana. We're on the draw, which obviously makes things a little less aggressive, but also gives us a better shot of actually pulling this off. We're against maybe Elves with Nettle Sentinel. So I can Electromancer. Okay, I think we can probably do this. I need to be able to play Electromancer on turn 2, and then these two on turn 3. So if I landscape for a mountain, then I can play the Electromancer on turn 2. And I don't definitively... I need to draw a forest naturally for the Pummeler. Yeah, this is the only turn I have to play a tap land to get like blue and red, but I can't do that yet. Or I could ponder to try to set something up. No, I think you have to do landscape and hope we just draw forest, I suppose. Actually, wait, Wild Canter can turn red into green, so I just need to find a third land of any kind, because then I could just use the Canter to find the green mana. Yeah, I think that would work. They swing for 2, and they just pass, interestingly. We'll get a mountain, land. Gotta play Electromancer. Yeah, if we draw any land next turn, then I can do it. And I have an extra draw with the Quick Change. Although, if we go for it with the Quick Change and we whiff, then we're out of luck. I mean, I can... Assuming they don't have like any removal, I can definitely do this on turn 4. I was just hoping to do it later. Manamorphose, okay. That makes me think it's more like Storm. Sentinel could be like Sprout Swarm Storm combo. Something like that. Quarian Ranger. They made a red mana off the Manamorphose, so they're clearly not mono green. They attack for 2. Okay. Manamorphose gives us another draw as well. Actually, wait. No, Manamorphose does it, because that gives us the mana that we need. And makes it so we don't have to use Wild Canter. Okay, that's great. Manamorphose gives us green, blue. And then I cycle this Lorwyn for an island, so I can hit my land drop. And then I Quick Change. And then I Pummeler, because Electromancer is all 5 colors. Boom. Turn 3 Wildvine Pummeler. Look at that. That's kind of sick. I'll attack with the Electromancer. If they want to untap this and trade, that's fine. Electromancer did its job. Now, hopefully, one Wildvine Pummeler will be good enough against an Elves deck, because we have no removal, so if it's anything like a traditional Elves deck, we will definitely lose to it. But it's not really looking that way right now, to be fair. Hit for 2 and pass. They play a Colony Garden and just pass. I was actually thinking that Mind Extraction would be crazy here. Now, not this turn specifically, but they look to be mono green, so I could always Mind Extraction a Wild Canter on them and take everything. But let's just start with a Brainstorm, see if I get a snap or anything. Manamorphose, actually, we didn't need a land drop. That's a bit unfortunate, because otherwise I could actually Mind Extract this turn. Let's put back these 2, ponder, shuffle. Unless I had a land drop in my last card. Well, landscape. I don't really want the other 2, though. Shuffle, we get a Mana Forge, Cinder. Actually, now I'll leave the Electromancer back, because between the Morphos and the Extraction, it can be doing a lot of work for us here. They're going to block. I don't think they realize this has Trample. They'll take 5 anyway. Play the Wild Canter. Hunger the Howlpack. Okay, maybe they did know that, and they just wanted to make this get 3 +1/+1 counters. So they're Stompy. That's what they are. Interesting. Attack for 5. We'll take it. Play a Forest. Just play a Bayougroff hardcast. Yep. Well, we do have a big guy, but they can trade with it, which is a bit unfortunate. And now they're down that Mind Extraction doesn't actually do much here. Ooh, I can Manamorphose into a hardcast Lorwyn. I think I'm probably going to do that. Just hold this back for now. Yeah, let's go Manamorphose. Red, I guess. Quick Change. Lorwyn revealed. No land drop. I do have a Wild Canter, but I'm not really wanting to cash that in. Yeah, we have one big guy and they got two, so I think I gotta leave it back. Although if they have a punch spell here, it's pretty bad. Looks like they don't. I'll block the Bayou Groff, trade there. Maybe the Nettle Sentinel gets locked down, but doesn't look like that for now. Burning Tree Emissary. I do have quick changes if I can find another Pummeler. They have a Chaos Spewer. Pay 2 if you don't Blight 2. I guess Blighting 2 onto like, I guess it's kind of like a new Biograph, and that's why they're playing Manamorphose. That doesn't seem that good, but it is another big guy, I have to admit. Let's Brainstorm. There's a Pummeler. Get rid of these. So quick change, play a Pummeler. I guess I Ponder first because I want to shuffle those away. They are creatures. I mean, they block. Like I could quad up on this. Yeah, let's Manamorphose for red-green. Play a quick change. Become Wooburg. Play a Manaforge Cinder and our Wildvine Pummeler again. And I guess we have to trade this here and then all three of these for this guy. Then we just have to deal with a 1-1 and a 2-2. Yeah, I could just like chump them both, but I don't think that's gonna work very well. It might actually. If we chump them both and then we attack for 6. I do have another chump blocker in hand, but I don't know. Not great either way, I will say. Let's Brainstorm. Get rid of these Mind Extractions. I can play Manaforge Cinder and then play the Goblin Electromancer. So let's do that. Which trades for these guys. They have a Tumbleweed Rising to make a 2-2. That's not the worst thing ever. Probably should just trade. It makes our quick change worse, but quick change isn't doing much anyway at the moment. Right. Mind Extractions on top. Snap gets rid of the Elemental. Okay. Keep that. Tap or snap that guy. Tap 2 islands. And then we'll Ponder. Ponder Extraction, Manaforge Cinder. Let's just shuffle. We got the Ponder back anyway, even though we shuffled. Another Snap, Manamorphose, Bountiful Landscape. Okay. Snap seems good, and the other guys just let us cycle through them pretty quick. We'll start attacking. Look at that. I know this is the most riveting gameplay you've ever seen. They block? Crazy. Now we have them on a 13-turn clock. Alright, Manamorphose. We know we're going to get a landscape, so we go red-green, so we can cycle that right away. So we just clear through those. We get a Mind Extraction again, which might be okay at some point, like if I snap and then extract. Although I lost my Cinder, so I can't recurrently extract at all. Play a Forest. Electromancer's good. Swing for 1. We'll pass. They are not drawing very well, it appears. Tangled Islet. Swing for 3, and we'll pass. They got nothing. Tributary. Swing for 3. Pass the turn. They found something to Manamorphose, sure. I guess if they're splashing black and red for some of these, yeah, maybe they just have some non-green creatures that they couldn't play before. More Chaos Spitters. Or Hardcast Simian Spirit Guide, sure. And then they're going to Rancor it. I'm going to snap it in response. Savage Swipe. Same thing. Snap that. Untap a couple lands. They exile the Simian Spirit Guide to play another. Yeah, that's funny. Well, let's quick change here just to cycle. Lorwyn Revealed is not a bad draw. 3 lands is a little mediocre from that, but that's okay. Attack with the Electromancer. I think the chances are, like, I kind of want them to block because they are the ones who have the deck with the ability to like Savage Swipe or Rancor and like maybe kill us in that turn. Whereas if I eat this, maybe this 1-1 goes the distance or something. Biograph. Maybe not. Another Electromancer. Cycle this. Quick change. Here's an Electromancer. I guess I should quick change here if we get Pummeler. That would be good. Manaforge Cinder. Can't afford that without sacrificing this guy. And there's Rancor and another one. Alright, we die. Nothing sideboard here. I guess we'll see how that goes. Took quite a while to get there, actually. Alright, this hand is pretty decent. We have good mana, finally. I understand I'm not playing that many dual lands. I probably should play some more dual lands to get better mana. Of course, it slows things down as well. So, but decent mana, Electromancers, and then cantrips to hopefully find what we need. Play Electromancer, play a Burning Tree Emissary, into a Manamorphose, into a Biograph. Okay, pretty good. Let's Brainstorm. A lot of lands and just cantrips. I think we'll put these back and then cycle and then Brainstorm again. Savage Swipe, bit unfortunate. Hunger of the Howlpack, sure. Kelney Garden, Cycle Lorwyn, Brainstorm, Mind Extraction, and a bunch of cantrips. We're going to lose this one, unfortunately. Alright, so that worked better, but not perfectly. I think we have too many cantrips, actually. And of course, I kind of knew this. I feel like we don't have enough payoffs. The point is for Pummeler and Extraction to be payoffs, but Extraction, as we've seen, doesn't really do what we need it to most times. I think maybe we go back We just try to have more similar, like, big guys. Of course, there's nothing else quite like Wildvine Pummeler, but I could try Yavimaya Sojourner, which is a 4/6 domain it's reduced by, and if we can get this to an average of like 4 cost, it's pretty decent. Maybe we drop the extractions altogether, but we also go back to the Rush of Knowledge, putting like 3 of those in now that we want to get these out. I guess we probably don't focus on these guys then, because we don't need the black mana for the extract. So it's more about rushing either one of these and then getting like a Rush of Knowledge. So, I mean, Farseek could help us get Domain quickly. Plus, these get cheaper with the Electromancers. Maybe we put in an Idyllic Beachfront so we have access to all 6, or rather 5 colors. Cut back our cantrips a little bit. And in general, we probably need a few more not basics, duals for our main colors, which is now looking to be green-blue, with red being an off color. I do need to have more cheap creatures, though, because I need more creatures to actually target with quick change. It can't just be Electromancers. All right, actually, I remembered Nylea's Presence does a lot better job than a Farseek. It's not reduced by the Electromancer, but it does draw us a card, and it becomes... Enchanted Land instantly becomes every basic land type, so it also doesn't technically ramp us. But playing this on 2 into a turn 3 Sojourner can be really good. This means we are just going to have 4 Electromancers with the quick changes, and I think we're just going to have to deal with that. Hopefully our Brainstorms and Ponders can get us there. I couldn't really find another creature that actually felt like it fit the deck, so this is what we're doing. We're going to see if we can do anything with this deck at all. Well, here we have a turn 2 Nylea's Presence into the wrong one of our big creatures. Well, we'll keep it anyway. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll top deck our Yavimaya Sojourner. They go for a Sprawl, we get a Landscape, Nylea's Presence, draw a card, we get another Nylea's Presence, and they play a Repurposer. Come on, Sojourner. Molten Tributary. Not quite. Alright, well, we'll play that, and we'll play Nylea's Presence, and we'll draw exclusively lands. Even without these presences, we already have 4 basic land types, so they're really not doing us much good. They attack for 3, and then go for a Rumble. Finding another Repurposer, maybe. That's what they go for. Cast it right away. Find a Manamorphose. Alright, we'll just turn this into green-blue. Another Pummeler. We will cycle this Landscape Aquifer. Perfect. Now we have double Domain. We'll take 6 damage here. They play an Avenging Hunter. Seems pretty good. We get a Lorwyn Revealed, which we could cast. We already had one we could cast, though. Let's just try again with a better hand, probably. All right, here we have a better hand for sure. We need to find the quick change for the Pummeler, but we do have an Electromancer, a Snap to ramp us a little bit or set them back or something. They just play an Arbor Elf. Another Snap. It kind of feels like I should just snap this and then play an Electromancer right away. I think we're going to do that. I guess if we had a Manamorphose into the quick change, that would give us the Pummeler this turn. Otherwise, we don't have the green and the quick change. They sprawl onto their forest and then cast their Arbor Elf again. Another Pummeler. Well, unfortunately, we have nothing much to do, but we're going to snap that so they lose. I could play a Rush of Knowledge to draw 2. I think I should. I have nothing else going on. Bit unfortunate, obviously, because we have these enormous creatures in hand that we could draw a bunch more off of, but we're not getting there for a while anyway, so might as well. They play another Sprawl and a Jewel Thief into the Arbor Elf, I would assume. No, they just pass on that. Another Rush of Knowledge. Come on. I could Rush of Knowledge for 2. That means I'm not sacking this for green, but even if I sack it for green, I can't play a Sojourner necessarily. I think we're going to pass. If I get any land, I can play either one of our creatures after I sack this Landscape for green, and then my Rush is really, really good. If I don't get a land, then I probably get something else that I can hopefully cast. That's my thought process anyway. They'll attack for 3. They play their Arbor Elf for the 3rd time, and a Chrysalis. Alright, I need a Sojourner stat. Alright, land lets us cast either one, because they both cost 5 mana right now. Sojourner technically gives us an extra card from the Rush of Knowledge. It also just blocks a little bit better in case they get like a ram through. I think that's what we'll go with. We're on the defensive, but if they can't push through, we actually might be able to get there, because like Rush of Knowledge draw 8's pretty strong, I've heard. Well, it looks like they're just gonna Writhing Chrysalis for 1 million, which is really annoying. If they had literally anything else, an Annoyed Altasaur or whatever, I wouldn't care too much. But Hydra basically means I have to draw a Snap here or I'm gonna lose. We'll take it. Tangled Islet. Well, Snap plus an untapped land would let me... Oh, well, I did get the Snap. I forgot that it only cost 4, so I actually tapped a little wrong. but that's okay. So I could snap it now. Yeah, I definitely tapped wrong, but I could snap right now, untap 2 lands. Then I could quick change. These cost 2, but I don't actually have the mana to play on both. I think we just snap on their turn so that I take obviously less damage. Then next turn I double Pummeler. Here we discard a bunch of lands. They have another Chrysalis. They swing with the Jewel Thief 2 because they expect that we have to block here. So we're going to get to eat the Jewel Thief. They're going to untap this in response, and we're going to respond to that by snapping because I don't know what they're going to do here, but it probably can't be good. If it's like a ram through, by doing it now we're going to lose, and if I waited until they went for it, but they would be kind of a fool to go for it right there. I don't know. We'll untap these 2. They could like Bannerhide onto this, or Bannerhide twice maybe to kill it. Just once would keep their guy alive. Yep, there's a Bannerhide just to keep it alive. Alright, that's fine. Sack this landscape for another green, and we'll go to our turn. We get a mountain, so it's 1 mana to quick change. Do that, and then ponder in case we get something else we want. Brainstorm, Lorwyn, ponder. Sure. Here we're playing a Pummeler and another Pummeler. We definitely could be dead here, but we're trying to hold on as best we can. And if these guys can keep us alive, then we have a ton of card draw with the Lorwyns coming. As is, if they attack, I need to block this and this here to eat this guy, and then probably double block the Hydra. But if they play the Chrysalis first, then this Chrysalis is going to be lethal, so that's no good. So I would have to like block and chump here, trade one of these guys. If they have another Hydra, we're just going to lose, but we're hoping they don't. They scavenge the Cruciak onto the Hydra. Well, that's no fun either. These people do not like fun. Although they can't cast the other Chrysalis. They could have done that first, but now they can't. Unless they have a land drop. This is a 11-12, so I can trade both Pummelers for it. I guess I have to. If they have another Cruciak, okay, we'll lose. Oh, I don't like losing the Electromancer here, actually, because I kind of need it for these Lorwyns, but then I don't get to eat this guy. I guess I put this here then. If they have the Bannerhide, it means we don't lose. If they don't, they probably don't kill this anyway because they're going to kill both of these. Alright, we killed the Hydra. They got an Arbor Elf, and we're going to cast a Lorwyn Revealed. I was going to say, hoping for another one of these guys. We got both, actually. They both cost 4. Which one's more helpful? This is a 4-6, but the Chrysalis is going to be a 4-6. Or rather, it's going to have 6 power. It's going to be a 6-7. So if I play Pummeler, I could put both of those on that. Yeah, I think we do the Pummeler then. Because I could double up Electromancer and Pummeler on the Chrysalis to eat. Well, trade with it and keep blocking this with the Sojourner. They play a Chrysalis and then a Sagu Wildling. Pummeler has reach for that, but unfortunately I might have to trade the Pummeler on this Chrysalis. They have so many guys. I have a bunch of guys too, but not as many apparently. And they have a Repurposer, which means this could be an 8 or a 7-8, which means it would trade with both of these, and I don't love that. I can't do much about it. Unless they want to just not attack, which is, I guess, a possibility, but they decide against that. This is lethal. I must block it. Could double block here, but then we go to 1, and I can't afford to do that. I think I have to keep doing this and then block here. They don't sack the spawn, so I get to keep the Electromancer, which could be relevant. And they have a Jewel Thief. Come on. We need another Pummeler, I guess. Nylea's Disciple. Costs 2. It does actually reduce the cost of this by 1. Let's brainstorm. Looking for more creatures. We'll pick up a quick change. Cycle this for an island. Ponder. Actually, we'll go for a Nylea's Presence first. I mean, I think we're dead here. I've already used up too much mana. Even if I ponder into like a Pummeler here, I could play it or the Sojourner. Oh wait, Snap could save us. Brainstorm into Snap. This costs 3, so I have to Brainstorm first and then Snap. Maybe I did that a little wrong. Oh, Rush of Knowledge too. Oh, and I don't have the right mana open because I should have played the Electromancer first. I guess that doesn't matter for the Snap. Put back these 2. We snap the big Chrysalis because it'll lose some counters. Yeah, snap that. Untap these. Now I could play another Sojourner, which means block, 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 block. So we take 3, but if we can get another guy before the next time, we'll be fine. Yeah, play a Sojourner. And quick change should be held because it could reduce the mana cost of the Pummeler by 2, although it costs 1, so it reduces it by 1, but that's still worth it. Next turn I can go Electromancer, Rush for 3. We draw 8, and if we don't hit a Pummeler, we're gonna lose. Oh, we've already used 3 Pummelers? I thought we'd only use 2. Okay, well we have 1 Pummeler left, because otherwise we just die to this Wildling, I think. So, unfortunate. They attack with the Wildling, so we're gonna go to 3 here. Play the Chrysalis, and Repurposer. Lorwyn Revealed. Well, let's do Electromancer, and then Rush of Knowledge. This technically loses us a mana, but it gets an extra guy on the field, and I think is probably worth it. We draw 8. We do not find who we're looking for, but we do get a Manamorphose. 2 Manamorphose, which actually adds us mana, and then a Electromancer, and then we can play a Lorwyn Revealed for 2. That's pretty good. So Manamorphose into red-blue, Brainstorm. It's Manamorphose again into another red-blue, another Manamorphose. All right, well, we're just doing this again. Red, blue. Play an Electromancer. Play a Lorwyn Revealed. Draw 3. We hit the Pummeler, which I suppose technically keeps us alive. We're at 7 cards in deck. I don't know how we'd possibly win this one, but we'll do a quick change into every color. We have another quick change here. Cast the Pummeler, and we'll just pass. Pretty sure we've already gone through all our snaps too, so there's no way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's no way to... Like, that was all our removal. We have like 1 more Sojourner, maybe 2 more in the last 7 cards. That's not going to overpower them, so I don't really see how we win here. They pass the turn, and we'll Brainstorm, I guess. All right, we're going to lose, unfortunately, because we're just not going to... I mean, I'm pretty sure the 2 Sojourners are in our last 3 cards, correct? But even if we got those earlier, we would... Well, if we got them much earlier, we could have won this game, maybe. But even if we got them 10 cards earlier, it wouldn't have made a difference. I think I'm going to call it there as far as testing some stuff out. I know I didn't really give you a cohesive deck, and we didn't win really at all. It's because I'm not sure this idea has many legs at all, but I thought it'd be fun to play around with. If you have suggestions or deck lists that you've been working on, please go ahead and share them, as I am interested. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.